Welcome everybody to the next webinar. I'm happy to introduce to you Richard Venema of Kooi, and he will talk to us about rising early detection. As you can see, he will talk a lot about the risks posed during recycling and everything, and yeah, what you can do about it. And I'm very interested in what solutions they can provide. Afterwards, we will do a quick Q&A. So every questions that come up, you can just give to us through chat, and we will have a few minutes afterwards to look at those. Richard, it's your stage. Have fun. Nice having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Felix, for giving me the floor. Welcome, everybody, of course. Yeah, like Felix said, if you have any questions, please ask them via the chat. We will actively monitoring these chats, so if there are any questions, we try to answer them right away. But first, I will start with the presentation. Yeah, we as Kooi, we offer the red solution, the rising early detection. First, I will start with a quick overview of our company. Kooi Security, we are active in 20 European countries, 135 employees working at Kooi, founded in 2010, and at this moment we have more than 1,800 products in field. We have two types of solutions we offer. That's the unit for observation. That's a mobile camera system who is during construction sites is securing your site from burglary, for example. And then we have the rising early detection system. I will in the next slide I will tell you more about that. And then we have our own MARC certified alarm center, where we receive all the alarms which our systems are generating, and we actively monitoring all these alarms and do the follow-up. First, I will tell you something about the rising early detection system. You can see a picture of the system. We offer this system in a mobile and in a fixed system. And to explain to you what how the system works, sheet where we can show that to you. This is we use a thermometric camera who is continuously scanning the surface temperature, and if we detect an increase of a temperature, so yeah, let's say that the surface is 20 degrees, but in 10 minutes it will rise up to 50 or 60 degrees. Then the system will generate an alarm. It will be received by the alarm center. There our operators will analyze the alarm, and if it's a verified alarm, so it's a rising temperature, then we will do the follow-up according to a customized alarm protocol. And in a lot of cases, that means that we will call the guys who are responsible in the company to make sure that to prevent the fire from actually starting. So we are with the system, we are really in control and able to detect fire in a very early stage to prevent fire from happening at recycle companies. As a customer, you get access to the portal. And the next slide, I've put a couple of screenshots where you get a feeling how this portal looks like. I will show you that right away. Here is the first screenshot. You can see the live view of the system. You can see over here, for example, in the lower left corner, you see a temperature of 35 degrees. You can see that's the maximum temperature detected over there, and this is a real live view of the camera, so you can see actually what is happening at your site and what the current temperature is. Here you can see the panoramic view. Like I said earlier, we can detect in a circle of 360 degrees, and the system can detect 150 meters far. So as a maximum, you can see, if you can set 70,000 square meters in detection if you have a free angle of detection and a clear view. I think, Felix, I have 2 videos in the
Yes.
presentation. Like to, possible that you can start the videos.
Sure, we will go for that and start with the first one. Let's go. Loading right now.
Yeah. Oh. I was muting for a while, but I hope that everybody can hear me still. Right. Okay. What you can see here over here is the future in progress. What we are doing with our system is that we created our own way of detection. So we detect on, like I've just said, on an increase of temperature. That's software developed by ourselves that can see the rising temperature. And what we will do, I hope I'm now unmuted again. Great. Okay, we just saw 2 videos, and I start with the first one, and then I will come back to the second one to explain to you what did happen over there. The first video, you can see the future in progress, and that means that we will equip our system with artificial intelligence. Like I said earlier, we are our system detects an rising early detection. So if there is an increase of temperature, then the system will give an alarm. We are able to do that 24/7, also during working hours, and we filter out exhaust, for example, of bulldozers and shovels, etc. But we will do an add-on on the system, and that is that we will equip the system with artificial intelligence, which means that we are able to detect and filter out bulldozers and shovels even more and better. And on the second video, you saw a real event that did happen, and it started, let's say, about 4:30 during the night. We saw a hotspot. I was muted again, I think.
So yeah, you can just share the screen again, Richard. Sorry,
okay.
the videos have muted themselves to play their sound without having sound. I'm sorry. Now you can go on free. Thank you.
Okay. What was the last sentence I said, Felix? Because I don't know which sentence I said I did not say.
Yeah, you told us about that being a real event, and it happened around 4:30 in the night. And
Great.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that, what you did about that.
Yeah, so what we did, we called the customer and informed him that there is an increase on temperature on his site and a possible what could lead to a fire. So the customer went over there and extinguished the fire, but when he entered the hall, he could not see the hotspot. So he went really close to the fire, extinguished it, and you can see what did happen. It was it could lead to a disaster. So what he did, he called his colleague, and he come with a crane to pull all the waste out and get the situation under control again. So this is a real example where we did prevent a real fire from happening, which obviously cost him a lot of could lead to a lot of damage. That's about those videos. I don't know if there are any questions at the moment during my presentation, but if you have any, please feel free to ask them, and we have the time to answer them right away. In case there is an alarm, then we obviously will call the customer, and afterwards the customer will receive a report with an analysis of the situation who did occurred and also the action we have taken. For example, here's to call the first person on the contact list and how he handled the situation. And this is an example of an incident who did occurred and a report what we've sent to the customer. Obviously, the system generates also false alarms, and like I've said, what we are doing, we are based on our own software, we're filtering all these kind of alarms. You can see an example of false alarms who are generated and which we've made possible to mute, so they won't be able to trigger the system and give an alarm. For example, in the right upper corner, you see black plastic, which is outside of a waste company, with the sun is shining on it, and it gets easily to 75 degrees. We are capable to filter out all the alarms and make it a real accurate system that only triggers if there is a real alarm of a real rising in temperature happening over there. And here an aantal references we have where we are installed our system. At CS, at Renewy, for example, we are active. And like I've said, we can deliver the system in a mobile and in a fixed solution, depending on the customer requirements. Just following the chat at the moment. Since we have a mobile system, it's also easy for us to do a test with a potential customer on site, so he get a real feeling how the system is working and how the portal is working and how the alarm center is responding to potential threats on site. So as a customer, before that you need to invest a lot of money, you can just order the mobile system and just test the system and how that can work for you to secure your company for the threat of fire at waste companies.
Richard, thank you so much.
Yes.
Do you have any more to say?
No, this is basically the system, how it works, and the highlights of the system and how we can help prevent fire in waste recycling companies.
Perfect. Thank you so much. As we are waiting for any further questions from our viewers, I might have one for you already.
Great.
Maybe can you tell me about how that system maybe is different from normal or other fire alarm systems. What did you do differently other than the things you talked already about, that you have, as I heard, a great reach with only one module and everything? But what would you say best about yours?
The thing is, we from the beginning, so for delivering the system until the alarm center, we do it all as one company, and I think that's one of the things what is different to maybe other solutions. And I think the biggest advantage is that we use a camera to detect the surface temperature. We put it in our own software to make the analysis if there is an increase of temperature. And I think that's one of the most best features of the system, that you are not only detecting based on threshold, so something is hotter than 70 degrees and the system needs to trigger an alarm. No, it's really based on an increase of temperature, and we filter out a lot of false alarms, because for example, you get a lot of alarms based on the sun and on reflection of sun into car or whatever materials, and that leads to a lot of alarms on the system. And we are able to filter all these false alarms. And then the second thing is that we have our own verified alarm center who is monitoring the system continuously and handle off all the alarms. So we are capable to inform a customer at a very early stage if there is a risk on site which could lead to a fire. Yeah, that's the thing what make us are different, I think.
Totally. Thank you so much. Yeah, then I think that is the important thing, to have alarms that are really an alarm and not a false one. And yeah, very nice. Yeah, do you want to show something? There we've got the whole...
I've got a question from my colleague, and he's saying if it here is a question who is coming from the chat.
Perfect. Yeah, I see it as well. It's about the alarm center, whether it's on all the time, or how does that work? So do you have a live feed and these things?
Yeah, we are obviously 24/7. We have people in the alarm center, so they are always working over there, never closed. And what the thing is, the only if the system generates an alarm, then it's the moment that an operator will take a look at the system. It will not continuously monitoring the system, because then you don't see anything, and that's so it's based on triggered on a bookmark. Then the system triggers an alarm. Then the operator will take a look at what is happening over there and do the proper follow-up.
Perfect. Yeah, totally. I understand. There's another question coming in regarding the price point of such a system.
Yeah.
Is there any indication you can give us?
Yeah, it's basically based on what the customer wants to have. If he wants to have a mobile system, we can also equip it autonomously. So we generated our own power with a small power box, we call it, and internet, of course, via 4G. So it's depending on the customer requirements, what the price is. But to say for a fixed system, it's a rental price about 375 euros per week, and it's including all the services of the alarm center, the monitoring of the system, if it's active, yes or no, and it's a total price of all the services.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's a good offer, good altogether program. So it's like a rental.
Yeah.
Basically, nice, including of course all the other services you provide.
Yes.
Perfect. Richard, thank you so much. I've got no more questions coming in for now. Everybody else, I think I can also refer to your booth where they will surely find more information and can contact you directly for anybody who's interested or needs further information on the system. Richard, thank you so much. Do you have any last words you want to give out to our viewers?
If I would like to say, if somebody is interested, yeah, like I said, here we could do a test period, so we can say, okay, we just test the system for 2 weeks, get a feeling with it, because yeah, it's really important to have the trust in the system that it actually does what I'm just saying now. So please feel free to contact us if you say, hey, that could be interesting for my company. Yeah, please be aware that we can set up a test with you and also prove what we are saying at this moment, that we can also make that happen.
Well, perfect. Richard, thank you. Have a nice day to all of you. I would love to welcome you for our next webinar at 12 o'clock with Jel Sanjamar from AdRam about plastic sorting solutions. So just see you back. Contact Richard at his booth. I think he's happy to see every single one of you. And yeah, have you back again next time. Bye bye.